Pat McGinnis, what should we tell the public?
There are a few things that people need to know and be prepared to do. We've got a 10-question survey, but I think it really boils down to common sense. Are you aware that your community has an emergency plan? And if so, you need to have the phone numbers posted on your bulletin board. If there were an emergency and you had to stay at home for a few days, do you have the things you need in one place? The bottled water, the radio, etc. Do you know how to get information? And this is maybe the most important thing in my view, is having either a battery operated or a crank radio so that you can find out what's going on and you can get instructions from the people who know about your safety and what's going on. And then for families, do you know where you're going to meet? If you're in different places and when whatever happens is all over, of course you want to get together. And if you can't communicate by phone or cell phone or even text messages or computer, is there a person somewhere that you would all call? Do you have a communications plan? These are kind of basic things if you're just thinking about your family and, and what you would want to be able to do in case of any kind of emergency, whether it's a hurricane or a storm or ice or some kind of terrorist attack, which is much more frightening. We were talking earlier, I think this has to become more routine, more part of your everyday life, not something special or something that requires a lot of thought and concentration. We know from our work that employers have emergency plans and their employees are practicing them. We're seeing about almost 80% of people say that that's happening in their workplaces. Schools have emergency plans and parents are aware of them, and these trends are growing. So as this becomes more and more sort of normal in whatever institution you or your family members are involved with, then I think it just becomes more natural for you to be prepared at home as well and sort of connect the dots. So if something happens and your kids are at school, you know what's going on, they'll be taken care of, and you've got a plan. It's just peace of mind, and we're so optimistic as Americans. We have this sort of wry sense of humor, so maybe it doesn't seem cool to get prepared. So we need to figure out how to make it more routine and maybe even how to make it cool.